Good afternoon everybody and welcome to this third live webinar from Entrepreneurship Development Cell of Parul Group of Institutes. Today we are going to discuss on the topic of we want to be entrepreneurs, and we have on the panel with us very experienced dignitaries. Towards my right we have Professor Deepak Gaiwala, who is Associate Professor in Parul Institute of Management and Research and is also a Chartered Accountant. Towards his right, we have Dr. P.G.K. Murthy, who is the Dean of Faculty of Management at Gujarat Technological University, Zone 3 and Zone 5, and also the Director of Parul Institute of Management and Research. He has vast experience in academics as well as industries. Towards his right, we have Professor Pradyuman Raj, who is Director of Career Development Center here at Parul Group of Institutes, and is an expert on soft skills and career development activities. And myself, I am Yash Chawla. I am Coordinator for Entrepreneurship Development Cell here at Parul Group of Institutes. Now I would like to request Dr. P.G.K. Murthy. Sir, please place your opening statement.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chawla. It is indeed a pleasure to address to all of you. Good afternoon. See, entrepreneurship is not a bed of flowers. It is also a bed of roses with thorns. So entrepreneurship, if you look at the successful entrepreneurs either in India or abroad, they had a passion towards enterprise development, they had a passion of their idea, they had a long commitment to their idea, and pursued their idea in a long way so that eventually they are successful. Many a times the entrepreneurs had long spells of failures, long spells of difficult situations, but they all faced those situations very successfully and overcome those situations and establish their enterprises in a very successful manner. So what we can say is that entrepreneurs need to have very bold and have courage to pursue his passion, irrespective of the difficulties that the entrepreneur may possess. And also, the entrepreneur has to nurture the family sentiments in a way that the family would be willing to support him or her during the times of stress, whether it could be financial stress or other kinds of stress. So there is a need that the family need to support. At this juncture, I would like to draw upon the fact that majority of the entrepreneurs in India, particularly till 1950s, were from an area known as Marwar in the state of Rajasthan, which is almost like a desert. It is not a desert, but it is an Arabic area where there is no agriculture. They have to contend with very adverse climatic conditions. But the most successful entrepreneurs have come from the area of Marwar, and Marwadis are known to be one of the best class of entrepreneurs in India. So it tells us that adversity, though we may not like it, the adversity is also the reason or the springboard for development of entrepreneurship. The other community we see is the Parsi community. We have great scholars from the Parsi community, starting from Jamshedji Tata, who set up the Tata Empire, and Parsis traveled all through the desert and reached India with nothing with them. But they developed a culture of entrepreneurship, and we have seen the most successful entrepreneurs coming from Parsi community, who had left everything that they had in their motherland, and they traveled thousands of miles and reached the shores of Gujarat, and they convinced the king that they would mix up with the local population like sugar gets melted in the milk. So these are the two communities from where we can draw a lot of inspiration that we don't have to be blessed with many resources to be entrepreneurs, but we need to have a good grit feeling and have a passion towards enterprise.
Yes, sir.
I fully agree with the statements given by Murthy sir. I would like to add one more thing in it. Yeah, like along with Marwaris and Parsis, I mean there are other examples. Once I had come across, a book which is named Man of Steel, written by Veer Sanghvi. And this book provides information of total 11 entrepreneurs who, begins with their biographical details and then actually ends up in how they begin with their career and how they became one of the top 10 business tycoons of India. So, Tata, Birla, and Nielsen, everybody is mentioned in it, and that also provides this information. One of the very fact which all of them emphasized on is, one, we should never compromise on quality. Second, it's like making my hobby my profession. So my hobby is what will be one of the sources or the major source for earning money and to survive. And because of that, boredom never comes in. Sacrificing things never comes in because you enjoy doing whatever you do. So that comes in. Third important aspect which I would like to focus on is like whatever we do, we should also have it in mind that we are service providers. So we provide service, so that comes very major role of management as well as soft skills. So I would say entrepreneurship and management are almost complementary to each other. We cannot, separate them from one another.
Yes, sir. So,
See, I endorse the views of both eminent speakers. Let me generalize few things. To be a good entrepreneur, what you need is 5 qualities: and unwavering passion, open-mindedness, desire to be an expert, in one particular area in which you want to work, forward-looking approach, and also constant flow of ideas. You cannot just sit on one idea and just nurture it. You have to have continuous flow of ideas coming.
Innovation.
So that innovative things continue to come to your mind. So these are the 2 qualities which I have been able to generalize from various readings that I have read. And I think let us go further. If you want to nurture these qualities, certain traits are required to be ensured. Now, the list of traits are, you must do what you enjoy, like what he has rightly said. Your hobby should become your profession. The next thing is that you must take your work seriously. So it should not be like, at first go, I am not successful as well as rightly told. We should not try it. You must take it seriously. Then we need to have both micro and macro planning done. Apart from that, we need to have manage, because management of finance, money will be very crucial. You may have brilliant ideas, but if you are not able to, evolve a very successful financial plan, you will be out of funds and you will be out of business. So managing money is also important. Then you also need to, apart from marketing yourself, what is your purpose is to market your product or service. So you have to close your sale at some point of time. So keep on trying, but without achieving the main goal, that is communication of sale or service, is very important. We also need to remember that ultimately where do we get revenue from? Our customer. So customer is a key. That concept has to be there. Then sometimes, because normally a self-starter, who is an entrepreneur, is sort of funds for advertisement. So the best idea is that he should be a good marketer also. He should have what they call shameless self-promotion. Wherever he gets chance, he should promote himself and his product or service. Then the next thing is that he should create a very positive image about business which he is doing. He should respect his own business and he is to create that image in the minds of others also. Also, he should know what kind of customers. If he is in retail, he should be knowing each and every person. Say, for example, I was told that in Tata and Steel, when Lucy Modi was knowing the names of each employee, and that is why he was able to get support from everyone. So when you are in business, you should be knowing your customers, and you should be also grading attention all the time. So you are in business, so you got to be in continuous touch with the customers. You need to be in continuous touch with suppliers. You need to be in continuous touch with your employees. So some kind of attention of everyone is required to be captured. Even if you are sort of technology in terms of competing with big players, you need to have level playing field with technology. See, even if you are capable of having that infrastructure, at least some infrastructure should be with you, whereby nobody can make out that you don't possess those. I think few points that I've made now. Later on, I'll make 2 more points.
Yes. So yesterday we discussed about entrepreneurs. So we are moving on to the topic of we want to be entrepreneurs because as a entrepreneur. So we discussed a few examples yesterday, as sir rightly mentioned, passion. Passion is something that if you don't have, you cannot become an entrepreneur. You will be on a entrepreneur stage where you avoid risks, where you want to take the risk, but you don't have the passion or the courage to take the risk. You don't have the passion to conquer the competition in the market. You always say, okay, if Nokia is there, then Samsung would have said, no, we cannot compete with Nokia because they are the market leader, so they won't come up with different inventions. And if I want to become an entrepreneur, I should have a series of products rather than just going in the market with one product. So if I'm going in the market with one product, the market is continuously changing. So we have to change with the continuous change of the market. For example, if we look at jeans, in 1980s, the culture was of bootcut jeans. Then the culture came of narrow fitted jeans, and then again bootcut jeans came, and then again narrow fit jeans came. So if I was stuck, as sir said, that you have to give 5 points. The flow of ideas and the input of creativity has to be always there. When we initially, students have this mindset, okay, if we have one idea, then we can become entrepreneurs. Okay, that is the initiation of it. But if you look at successful entrepreneurial journeys, if you take the example of Infosys started with making Xerox machines, but they ended up being a software firm. So it is the continuous evaluation during the entrepreneurial journey which gives us the final product or the service that our company is going to provide. So the students think in the sense, okay, if I have the idea of making a social network, that is it. I am not going to widen my horizon. I am going to concentrate on this product. Once this is successful, only then I will come up with a certain product. See, this can again be explained by the example of how Samsung took over Nokia. It is a very small assessment that is true. First, when Samsung came out with smartphones, people had trust on Nokia but did not have trust on Samsung. So Samsung came out with a series of smartphones. Again and again, after a few months, they launched one smartphone after another, one after another. So it was a whole transition from Nokia to Samsung. It was not like they launched one smartphone, okay, they launched Galaxy S1, so now Nokia is over. It is not. It is a series of products that actually brings you and establishes you in the market. Same comes with Micromax. Micromax did not, if I was a CEO of Micromax, it was a big decision for me to start manufacturing in India rather than importing handsets from an already manufacturing company. So it became the first mobile handset manufacturer of India, and now if you see, it has come out with Canvas SDN, all these kind of products which are actually competing with Samsung, and now first they used to sell it below 10. All the smartphones that Micromax used to sell was in the range of mobile phones that were coming from China, and now they are raising their bars and now they are making products which are up to the level of Samsung or Nokia. So this is another point. And expertising, as sir said, I would like to just elaborate on that point, that being a mastermind or being an expert on one field is important, where we take one product. In a whole field, we take one product and we say, okay, we are going to start a business. But it has to be, we have to select one field and become a master of that field. Say we have 5 products, 6 products of a particular field. Say if we are going for irrigation, then if we have irrigation equipments. For example, if I am thinking of an entrepreneurial journey or an venture which has irrigation equipments. So in irrigation equipments, my product should have at least 4 to 5 variants for a particular targeted class of people. Say if I am targeting upper middle class farmers, they will have some pockets to spend. So I have to put in those kind of features. And for then that is a limited area that I am targeting. So widening the market or widening my product range in a particular field first, and then expanding, as sir said, micro planning as well as macro planning. Both are important. So small term plans have to be successful for a long term goal. So
It was a similar incident. I mean, I would like to add one example in this. Like when Subhash Chandra approached Star people. So he wanted to have franchisee of Star Channel in India. They did not allow him, and it's because of that he began with his own channel. So it's because of that Z came into existence, and he had his own decade. After Z did business, then Star also came in India, and because Star came and then Sony came, now they had to have more products. So it's like now we have Z News, Z Smile, Z Cinema, Z Music, likewise. So they have also brought in more channels to survive in market. It is obviously true.
Add to what you already said, how to nurture the idea. Primarily when we are addressing the students of engineering or pharmacy or management, you have a bright idea, you need to assess whether I have the core competence to nurture my idea. For example, if I have the technical knowledge and I don't have the managerial skill, I need to find a team member who can support me in the team. So actually how to develop the management skill. I think the best example that we can give is Infosys Technologies Limited, which was started by 4 close friends. One was good in the idea of working with others, another was good, that is Mr. Narayan Murthy was good in the technology side. And the person who has started the Aadhaar card was very good in marketing. So someone was good in finance.